Hi again guys, I'm back with another unboxing, and this is a batch of 20 puzzles, as I think it probably says in the title, that I bought off a guy on eBay. These have come from Italy, so yeah, they're all used obviously, coming from eBay in this batch, but hopefully they're in excellent condition. They certainly seem to be on the photos from the website. The postage on this is taken about 3 weeks when it's supposed to take 7 to 10 days, so that's a bit disappointing. But it's nothing to do with the guy who sold it. It's down to the postal services, obviously. But yeah, the guy I bought it from is excellently communicative. He is very friendly and helpful. So yeah, I'm very happy with the guy I've dealt with. So yeah, here we go. Quite a few of the puzzles I've got in here I do already own. But there's also quite a lot in the batch that I wanted, so I bought them anyway. And oh dear, this is going to take a while if they're all wrapped up like this. So I bought them all anyway, and hopefully I can either sell or trade the ones that I already have that I don't want to keep. So if I've mentioned any of the ones in this unboxing that you're interested in, please feel free to contact me. I'm happy to take offers for any of the ones that you might happen to like. Okay, so the first one out of the box. Try and cut through this tape without cutting the puzzle. It's a little... oh, it's tiled. Well, that's interesting. I didn't realise the colour scheme was like this from the photos. I've wanted one of these for a while. Cause let me just move this camera in a bit now that I've got the box out of the way. You can see better. Okay, so this is puzzle I've wanted for a while. This is the Octagonal Prism, are they called? I think that's what it is. But this is a different colour scheme. I'm quite happy about that. It's, I don't really think it's going to change the solving at all. But normally these strips are different colours. It's yeah, and the tiles are in excellent condition, but the colour scheme's quite weird actually. But yeah, that's interesting. As I say, I've wanted one of these for a while, but they seem to sell at a higher price than I think they're worth whenever I see them on eBay. So I watch them and I bid on them, but they go for more than I seem to be willing to spend on one. So obviously, sorry about that. My memory card got full. I forgot to delete things for me to make room on it before I started making the video. Oh well. Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm very happy to have one of these. I still probably want one of the ordinary ones of these, if that makes sense. The regular stickered versions of these as well. This is actually quite a small version as well. It's probably. Let me just grab a standard 3x3. So we can compare the size of it. If it feels a bit smaller, yeah, you can see it's quite a bit smaller than a regular Rubik cube there. So yeah, it's a small little puzzle, but the turning's absolutely fine on it. It feels decent quality. So yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, so the next one in the box is. Let me just tilt this camera up a little bit further, because I've noticed I keep getting things out of the frame. So that's obviously no good, is it? Yeah, I'm very happy with the price I got all these puzzles for as well. They came at a nice price, so which is always a bonus, obviously. Oh, good grief! I can see what this is. This is a. I honestly don't know the name of this puzzle. I've never seen a name for this. This is a 3x3 shape mod. If you see my other videos, you'll know that I'm a fan of 3x3 shape mods. I think this is made by QJ, but I don't know that for certain. Oh, got a logo there. Is that the QJ logo? Yeah, that's a QJ logo. Alright then, so yeah, it's a QJ 3x3 shape mod. You can see you've got one layer there. and another layer on the left, and obviously the middle layer, and the same here. One layer there, one layer there. The corners at the tips don't turn separately; they are just attached, so they are the centres on those layers. And likewise, you've got another layer there and another layer there. So yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be too much difficult. Of course, it's an octahedron. Of course, it is. That's the shape of it. Yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be any more difficult than other 3x3 shape mods. I don't think there's going to be. Actually, there is going to be a parity possibility because the edge pieces are single colour. So unless they shapeshift, which I don't know, or they do actually, so it might be obvious. We'll see when I start solving it, won't we? So yeah, that turns fine. It's very similar quality to other QJ puzzles I've got. It's yeah, it turns absolutely fine. It feels fine. It's kind of cheap and cheerful. They're not expensive puzzles, so you don't expect hugely high quality puzzles or anything like that. But they turn well and they work well. That's the important thing, isn't it? Okay, next one. This one isn't taped up, so that's good. Okay, so this is one of the ones I've already got. So if you're interested at all, I'll be willing to sell this one. I'm sure this is probably a QJ one as well, although this one hasn't got the logo on. It's just another 3x3 shape mod. So it turns one layer here, one layer here, and these with the 4 colours on are the centres. The ones with 2 colours are the edges, and the ones with a single colour are actually the corners, which makes for an interesting solving experience. There are several possible parities you can get with these puzzles, from, well, really just from having corners rotated incorrectly, which make things interesting. So yeah, and of course it's got super cube properties because the centres have to be oriented correctly as well. But yeah, it's a fun puzzle. I do enjoy this one. I solve it on a fairly regular basis out of my current collection. Okay, next one. Well, this is really well packaged, and I'm very happy with the way he's packaged all these. They're certainly not going to come to any damage, are they? Alright, so as you can see, this is a kind of a Siamese 2x2. I've been wanting one of these for a while. I don't know. I don't think they work quite as the same as the 3x3 versions. Wow, these are tiny actually. Never realised quite how small these were. As you can see, it's just 3 2x2s joined together, but because they're only joined by one piece on each cube, you don't get the bandaging like you get on the 3x3 versions of these. But what I think you have problems with is, yeah, if you're doing turns like that on the middle one, you turns are getting blocked because the pieces run into the other cubes. The pieces on one cube run into the other one. So I can't imagine it's going to be too difficult to solve. I mean, it is just 3 2x2 cubes after all. But yeah, I think that's fun, and I think it's always interesting for people who don't see cubes like in general, that just know like the Rubik cube and that's it. It's always interesting for them to see things like this. When they're joined together like this, it's always gets interesting comments from people and things that they don't know that things like this exist until they see your collection. So yeah, and I look forward to playing that and obviously seeing what it's like. Can't get them out of the box. Alright, this one's a bit bigger obviously than what we've opened so far. I might be better off with a pair of scissors than this knife actually to open these, but oh well. Alright then, this is one yet another one I've wanted for quite a while. I'm very happy about this one. This is a face-turning Octahedron, which I'm curious about what it's like to solve. I don't really know what its mechanism is based on or anything, so I have no clue how you go about solving one of these. I don't know if it's similar to a 3x3 or what, because it kind of works. You've got the 3 layers there, and let's see, 3 layers there, so it may be quite similar to a 3x3. I don't know. Because I don't know what. Yeah, it's not rotating. You haven't got a centerpiece like you have a 3x3. It's rotation around the gap in the center, so that's obviously going to be different right there. So I'm curious. The tips are trivial. They just turn in place like that. Oh, actually, I'm not convinced they're actually meant to. I would say that with the way it's moving other pieces, so I think they probably stay in position like that. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be fun. It feels, I don't know what brand it is, it hasn't got a logo on it, but it feels like excellent quality. It feels quite weighty actually, and the turning quality is just, yeah, straight away it's really good. There's no problems, no catching, no popping or anything with the turning. It feels great. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. As I say, I haven't got a clue how you solve it. It looks very similar to the things like the dual puzzle or the corner turning octahedron, but because it doesn't turn in the same way, it's not going to be the same to solve. You solve that corner turning octahedron very much the same way you do pyramids, if you've ever solved a pyramids, but this is obviously going to be entirely different to that, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we go about this, although doing what I'm doing right now is perhaps how it works. So it may be something similar to the way you do pyramids. Anyway, moving on. The next one in the box is another larger one. Again, I can see through the packaging what this is. This is the Skewb Ultimate, which is basically just, wow, look how bright those stickers are. I don't know if that shows up on the camera or not, but wow, all the stickers on that are fluorescent colours, so that's eye-searingly bright almost. Wow, they really are bright. Has it got? Yeah, a lot of the colours are duplicated, aren't they? So, oh, there you go, they're just similar. Oh, I see. So they are duplicated, but once when they're next to each other, they can't be on the same face like that. So that's not a point in the turn. So you can't actually ever get them into the same place. So it doesn't actually matter. All right. So this is basically just a Skewb shape mod. It's been shape modded into a dodecahedron shape. And so let's see what goes where. Is that a centre? Yeah, so the large pieces with 4 colours on, I think, are the equivalent to centres on the regular Skewb, and the corner pieces here with 3 colours are just like corner pieces on the Skewb, so I can't imagine it's going to be too difficult to solve. It's just like any other shape mod or sticker mod. It requires a change of perspective to solve the puzzle, because you're seeing different things than what you would on the basic cubic puzzle. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. I'm not hugely experienced with the Skewb. I have solved it, but it's been a while, so it might be interesting to give this one a go and see how well I do without figuring out how to solve the Skewb again first. The stickers are kind of textured, which is interesting. I don't know if that'll show up in this light or not. That they almost look kind of like brushed metal kind of texture, which is a bit odd, but yeah, they feel very high quality. I think this is a Methods version, so yeah, obviously it's going to be good quality. It's not if it's, especially when it's not a knockoff, then yeah, the turning quality is absolutely great. It feels like a high quality puzzle, and yeah, I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. Alright then, so the next one. Oh, I've got some Italian newspaper in there. Can have a read later on. Ah, yes, this is one of the Dayan Bermuda cubes. I've already got a couple of these, but they're actually cubes, the ones I've got. This is the star version, which is interesting. These are actually rather difficult puzzles to solve. I don't think this one's going to be too bad. Because there's only actually one triangle piece on it, so there's not too much bandaging on it. But the two I've got are quite difficult puzzles, so I always intended to get the whole set, but I never quite got around to it as yet. So yeah, it's a very interesting shape. What's interesting about it, I don't know if you noticed just then what I did, the centres, well, it's the same all the way around obviously, but centres are going to be the 2 coloured pieces Is that right? Am I right on that? Nope, they're going to be the single coloured pieces there. So the white is single coloured, the orange single coloured one. But on this side, the red single coloured one is there, but you can't actually turn it at the moment because. So you need to turn that top face. What's that? 45 degrees? I don't know, something like that. It's not that. It's less than 90, and then you can turn that face. So that's what makes these things interesting. They're a very clever design puzzle. I like them. All the other ones I've got, and even though the yellow one can't turn at the moment, you can see how to do the same that side as well. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun. I don't think it's going to be too difficult, as I said, because only one face is bandaged. So I think it'll probably solve us very similarly to the Mercury one that I already own. But yeah, it looks like fun. I mean, it's interesting to look at as much as anything else, isn't it? I love the shape of those. Yeah, so all they've done, they've taken the regular, on the normal Bermuda cube, where you've got this face, it's like a Fisher cube kind of style. It's just got these tiny kind of triangular pieces across that make it into a square all the way around, whereas these have put the little kind of corner pieces. Those little triangles are actually corner pieces anyway, so all they've done is put normal square, well, cubic corner pieces in there instead, and made this interesting shape. I don't know the proper name for it. I call it the Bermuda Star, but I don't know whether that's actually its name. But yeah, it looks like fun. And the next is I think this is this is the first one of these type of puzzles that I own. I've been wanting some. There are a few available, but this is a 4x4 shaped mod. As you can see, it's a hexagonal pyramid. So, which means you've got two pyramid shapes. Both of them are hexagonal, so 6 faces. This is, as I said, it's just a 4x4 shape mod. Again, I don't know what brand. I suspect probably QJ or something along those lines. Turning quality feels absolutely fine. In fact, it feels very good actually. As I said, I haven't got any of these 4x4 shape mods yet. There are quite a few available. I've been wanting some for some time. It's just, yeah, same as always. So many puzzles. I can only buy so many at a time, obviously, and there's still lots and lots out there that I still want. The only thing I don't like about this is it's in white, but obviously that's the way it came, because all my other puzzles are black. But yeah, I'm sure this will be a lot of fun. I don't know if there's extra parity possibilities on this one that you don't get on the any extra kind of parity possibilities when compared to a regular 4x4. Looking at it, I'm not sure there are, because the problems are with 4x4s when you get parity, if you're not aware, is when you get put you've got identical edge pieces which you put opposite each other. So I think this probably actually removes most of the parities that you can get with a regular 4x4, because you can get them swapped over, because you've no way of telling which is which on a regular 4x4 because they look identical. Whereas these, so that's an edge piece with the yellow, green and pink, and that kind of rhombus shaped piece is another edge piece. So it's not like you can get those accidentally mixed up. And well, that's interesting. That's the little triangle there is a corner piece, but obviously that's going to shapeshift when it turns, so you're not going to get a parity with that. So now you've still got some identical centre pieces, so that's still a possibility, I suppose. But yeah, I think you're going to lose a lot of the possible parities or those type of problems that you get on 4x4s with this puzzle. So yeah, I think that's going to be fun to solve. I'm looking forward to playing that. That's definitely one of the ones I was looking forward to most out of this selection. Okay, so now we've got a block in an Italian newspaper. Yeah, this is so well packaged. I'm very happy about the condition these have arrived in. All the ones I've opened so far have been in immaculate condition as well, which is always good when they're second hand, obviously. Alright, so this is another one of the ones that I will have available for sale if anybody's interested. This is a WitEden Super 3x3x3. If you're not aware, it's like a circle puzzle. You've got a circle on the white and yellow face. Oh, that's strange. What's going on there? Those centres are supposed to be fixed on those, and they're not. That's very odd. That's very strange. I'm curious what's happened there, because they are not supposed to turn like that. I wonder if the centerpieces have been swapped over or something and put in wrongly, because, as I say, the centerpieces aren't supposed to turn. That's very strange. That. Yeah, I'll probably take that apart and have a look at that. There's obviously some kind of gummy lubrication in there as well. Feels like silicone oil kind of lubrication that's going to need some working in. But yeah, I'm going to have a look at that. That's very odd. Anyway, next one is another one that I will have available for sale. I don't know what brand it is. I suspect it's something like YJ or something like that. It's a Windmill cube, which is yet another 3x3 shape mod. It's a fun little puzzle. There's no parity possibilities on this one. But it looks a bit odd because the kind of that's actually the centerpiece. So when you turn it around there, what looks like an edge actually is actually a center, and it shapeshifts quite nicely, this puzzle. I'll just show you a kind of equivalent to a checkerboard pattern on it. So, yeah, I think it looks quite nice when it's shapeshifted like that. Yeah, it's a fun little puzzle to solve, not too difficult. If you can solve a 3x3, you can solve that one. So that's another one that will be available if anybody wants it. Next in here is... I was wondering what this was for a second there. I was thinking, why have I got a regular 3x3? But as you can see, it's not. It's the Evil Twins, which I don't really know anything about. I don't know what it's actually based on. It turns there. I'm very interested to see what this puzzle is like to solve, because clearly you can't do a 90-degree turn on that, because then these don't turn. So it has to be a 180-degree turn. Wow, that's very strange. Yeah, I've heard of these before, but I've never actually seen one in action, and this is quite an interesting little puzzle. I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. It shapeshifts like that, so I wonder if it's just kind of a extended 3x3x2 or something like that. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to have a look at. I'm really not sure how this operates at all. So that's there. That will actually turn back there now. That's wow, that's very strange. I really don't know what this is based on, how you go about solving it or anything. I've heard of it, I've never seen one before. See, that doesn't shapeshift in that direction. That just turns like a normal 3x3x3. That's yeah, I'm very much looking forward to having a play with this, because I don't know. Oh, that layer doesn't turn. This layer turns, but these two are actually stuck together. So I think it might be really just an extended domino. I think, with these pieces glued on top, but because they're glued on individually, yeah, I think that's the case. So yeah, these bottom two layers are domino pieces. You've got this top layer with extra pieces glued onto them, so that's what's causing the shape shifting, and the reason why you can only do 180-degree turns in this direction. So yeah, it's basically going to be the same solving process as a domino cube, but obviously your perspective, like with any shape mod, is going to be skewed a little, because you're going to have shape shifting and pieces where you wouldn't normally expect them. So yeah, that should be a fun little puzzle. Next one is a Fisher cube, a coloured Fisher cube. I actually hadn't realised this was in here. I thought I didn't remember having that in the sale. So yeah, that's a nice surprise. I have got a Fisher cube, but it's a single colour one, so I'll be keeping this one because obviously it's a different puzzle with the coloured stickers on instead. If you're not aware, this is just another 3x3 shape mod. But basically what's happened is, as you can see, that would be a 3x3 there, so you've got extensions on the edge pieces to make them pointed, and the corner pieces have been cut off to make them flat. So the triangular piece is a corner, the I don't know what shape you call that, the kind of house shaped piece there is an edge. So you get shape shifting, and there's possible kind of parity possibilities, because you've got these pieces here which are edges, so you can't tell which way you're putting them back in, so you've always got a possibility of parity when if you get those in the wrong way round. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be a fun puzzle, very similar to other 3x3 shape mods, but since I don't currently have it in my collection, I'll happily keep it. Okay, the next one out, or next two should I say, because there's two in this little package. Okay, so the first one out of this is the little 2x2x3 tower. I already own one of these, so this will be one of the ones that's available for sale or trade if anyone's interested. It's just 2x2x3 cuboid. It's not difficult if you can solve cuboid puzzles, but it's a fun little puzzle and something you should always have in your collection, I think, if you collect Twisty puzzles. It can turn in 180-degree turns on these sides, and normal 90-degree turns on this axis. So yeah, fun little puzzle. Turns great. It's not bad quality or anything. It turns fine. With the design of these, you don't get any kind of corner cutting or anything, so you do have to make sure things are lined up. But yeah, it turns absolutely fine, and it's a very fun little puzzle. And the other one here is this Rubik's 2x2x4 tower. I do already own one of these, but I've had an idea of what I might want to do as perhaps a sticker mod to make. It's not a difficult puzzle. It's a very fun puzzle. I do like it, but I've had an idea for a kind of sticker mod. But I didn't want to do it on my original one because I wanted to keep it. But I thought of either putting it into this kind of configuration and re-stickering it. So that's one coloured face. That's one coloured face, that's one, and that's one, etc. Because that way, obviously, once you've got it back into the cuboid shape. And the other possibility I'd thought of was this kind of shape here. Maybe put it into that configuration, make that one colour, that one colour, that one colour, etc. And so, again, that would be the solved state that you'd have to get back into. But I don't know whether I want to do it or not yet. I haven't entirely decided. I kind of like the idea. I've thought about it a few times as I've been solving my other one, just to make it in a more interesting puzzle. Because once it's back into its cuboid shape, obviously all the colours will be mixed up, so it's going to be hard to tell exactly what needs to go where. But whether that would make it a bit too challenging for what it is or not, I don't know. We'll see. I'll decide later. Okay, so next out is this. This is a void edges cube, edges only cube, should I say? If you don't know what this is, it's basically like a 3x3, but just the edge pieces. You can solve it in that way as you would. So you solve it the same way as you would the edges on a regular Rubik cube, but there is a much shorter and faster way to do it. I've already got one of these, so if you're interested in this, let me know. This is one of the ones that will be up for sale. They can be a little bit tricky to turn. You have to kind of stick your finger in the hole and grab the edge to turn these. You can't turn them any other way because otherwise the corners get in the way. But it's a fun little puzzle. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Alright, next is you. Not so sure about that colour scheme. Yikes. But this is a Cube4you 3x3x4. Again, another puzzle that I already have. The turning quality on these is excellent. This feels like it's no exception. They're very fun puzzle. If you're getting these cuboids, I'd definitely recommend one of these. Although you might want to change the sticker colour scheme if you take this one, because quite frankly, I think that's hideous. I hadn't realised it was like that. I thought it was just kind of lighting for the photos. But yeah, if you haven't got one of these, I'd definitely recommend them. For a long time, this was my favourite puzzle in my collection when I first started out collecting 3x3x4 cuboid. So I'd definitely recommend it. It's like some of the non-shape-shifting cuboids. It rotates only 180 degrees in this axis, but this axis can turn in 90-degree turns. But yeah, so yeah, another one that's up for sale if you're interested. Aha! So yeah, I've been wanting one of these for a while as well. This is I think QJ, but I'm not entirely certain. Super Square 1. So it's like the square one, only there's 4 layers of it that you can turn. I do have slight misgivings about it because I have got this feels better quality actually than the one I'm about to mention. But I've got a 2-layer Super Square 1, and if you solve it the square one the way I do, sticker's a little split there. Oh no, it's actually there's MF8 brand, not QJ, so that's why it feels better quality, I'm sure. If you solve it the way I do, getting all the edge pieces into one layer together, then this 2-layer one used to lock up. Hopefully this one hasn't got that problem. So it's basically like solving 2 different super square ones, whereas 2 different square ones, whereas on a normal square one you've got 2 layers. On this, obviously you've got 4 layers, so you've got to do it twice. I imagine that's how I'll go about solving it. Solve the centre layers as one square one, then solve the outer layers as another square one. So yeah, I also want this kind of different shaped super square ones that you can get, ones that have got just the edge pieces, and other ones that have also got only corner pieces, which should be interesting. Put a different perspective on the solve. And there's also a kind of triangular shaped one that I think. How does it work? Is it 2 edges? 2 corners, then an edge, then 2 corners, then an edge, then 2 corners, then an edge, something like that. So that would be interesting as well. So I do intend to get those at some point. But yeah, the turning quality on this is excellent. Actually, it feels really good. It even does slice moves quite happily, which is nice. It makes the solving a bit easier when it's not turning the whole puzzle. So yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with that one. Okay, next is a mirror blocks. A black mirror box, which is good because I've got one of these, but it's a white one, so my white one will probably be up for sale because I do prefer black puzzles overall. It's just another 3x3 shape mod. The pieces are all different sizes, so it shape shifts quite significantly when you scramble it. It's a very fun puzzle, and obviously because it's a single colour, you've got no indication of which piece goes where, so you've got to figure out things out by the size and shape of the pieces, which ones go next to each other. So it's a very fun little puzzle. I enjoy this puzzle a lot. So again, the white one is up for sale if you're interested. And the last couple in the box. This is a Cube4you 3x3x5 Cubic 3x3x5. So it's an interesting puzzle because it scrambles as a cuboid would, but it also scrambles as a Rubik cube would, with 90-degree turns in every direction. So you have to solve it by using the method you would use for a regular 3x3x3, and with cuboid algorithms as well. So it's a very interesting puzzle, excellent quality puzzle. They turn really well. I've already got a black one of these, so I won't be wanting the white one. So again, if you're interested, this one's up for sale. And finally, I think this is the last one in the box. It is indeed. This is a WitEden 3x3x6 in black. Once again, I've already got one of these. Again, excellent quality puzzle. It's a cuboid, but it doesn't shape shift. It's good fun. As I said, I've already got one of these, so another one that's up for sale. It's just like a 3x3x4, but more of it kind of thing. Just like any high order puzzle. It doesn't really add much extra to a 3x3x4, but definitely something you should have in your collection, I think, if you collect these things. Okay then, let's do a zoom out a bit and do a quick recap of what I've got. So these are the ones that are for sale if anybody's interested. We've got the WitEden 3x3x6. The and let me get the one I want to get rid of, which is the white 3x3 shape mod mirror blocks. We've got the Cube4you 3x3x4, Cube4you Cubic 3x3x5, the 2x2x3 tower, the void edges only cube, the Cube4you Cubic 3x3x5, which I thought that. Oh no, that's the evil twins. Don't want to get rid of that. So this is the Cubic 3x3x5. The 3x3 shape mod Octahedron. The WitEden Super 3x3x3, assuming I get it to work properly after having a look at the centres and see what's going on with them. The Windmill cube, I'm not sure about the brand. And the ones I'm keeping for myself, oops, while destroying my camera, are the coloured Fisher cube, the evil twins, the black mirror blocks, the MF8 Super Square 1, the 4x4 shape mod, which is the Hexagonal Pyramid, a little Octagonal Prism here with tiles on it, which is ooh, hang on a minute. There's something very strange there. That's kind of unscrewing. Yeah, that's very odd. Anyway, the Rubiks 2x2x4 tower that I think I might do the sticker mod on. A little shape mod of Octahedron here, but it's not a regular Octahedron. I don't know if I'm using the right description for that, but it's QJ brand. The Methods Ultimate Skewb Ultimate. The Bermuda cube that I call a star. I don't know whether that's a proper name for it or not. The face turning Octahedron, which looks like a lot of fun. I'm very interested in seeing what that one's like. And finally the little Triamese 2x2x2. Okay then guys, that's it for this video. As I said, if you're interested in the puzzles I mentioned that I have for sale at all, then look in the description and contact me with an offer of price if you want any of them, and I'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye.